Good afternoon. I'm Michelle Suarez.
And I'm Oscar Sotolamacchia.
And this is Aiming for Success.
Brought to you by MSG Classroom 2021.
Over the last few months, we've had the opportunity to meet with professionals in the sports and entertainment industry to learn what aiming for success means to them. So, Oscar, what does aiming for success mean to you?
Well, to me, aiming for success means trying my best when I'm working towards goals and helping others achieve their dreams.
The first person we had a chance to speak with about success was legendary Nick Allen Houston. Let's take a look.
Kobe Hound in Houston now. A lot of physical contact there.
And it counts. There's Houston looking for 50. He's got it.
In 1996, I was a free agent. I signed with the Knicks, and I played for the Knicks for 9 more seasons, and we went to the NBA Finals once. We went to the playoffs several times, had a lot of battles with, the Pacers, the Heat, Michael Jordan, and the Bulls, and just playing, it was an amazing experience. And when I finished playing, I had to retire because I had some bad knee injuries. A lot of my peers were still playing, and it was, it was painful, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally. Like, the game stops, and one of the things that I was not able to do as much as I would have liked is to kind of be a leader in the locker room towards the end of my career. So when 2 years later, the president of the Knicks said, "Hey, Allen, you had a good career. You've been a good leader for this team and a mentor. I want you to come back and stay in the role in player development and help young players learn what it means to be a professional, learn what it means to maximize their impact while they're here in New York, learn what it means to, give back to the community, learn what it means to learn how to have a winning mindset."
What made you start your mentoring program, and what are some accomplishments you are most proud of that came out of your program?
Don't define success by what other people say you should be doing or what you should have. What's for you is for you, and when people come and I see that in them, that's really what makes me proud. Not, hey, this guy made an all-star team, or are you doing what you are set out to accomplish and what you were called to do?
Wow, I'm so glad we had the opportunity to learn from Mr. Houston. It's very inspiring to hear about his personal success and ongoing dedication when it comes to helping others. He is heavily involved in helping young people like us achieve our dreams.
I was really inspired by our next guest, who is an incredibly talented host on MSG Networks, ESPN, and more. Check out our amazing discussion with Monica McNutt.
Welcome to MSG PM. I am Monica McNutt. We've got the ladies of Team USA in the building today. I applaud the leadership of the league for making a swift and decisive call in regards to this, because safety is paramount.
If you was able to do things differently, would you? And why?
Girl, that's a loaded, Carla. Let me think. As a student at Georgetown, I think I would have taken more advantage of the network that Georgetown created. What word do I want? Yeah, the network that existed at Georgetown. I was so caught up in being a women's basketball player. And I don't regret that, because that is the foundation of what I do now. But quite frankly, most of my friends on campus were Black people. Either they were other athletes or in the Black Student Alliance. And I do wish that maybe I had made more of the opportunity to meet people from all different walks of life on a very beautiful campus. But even in that, Carla, there's not too many things I can change, because I think, Coach Thibodeau says it, right? There's not necessarily losses, there's just lessons. And so I'm very proud of where I am and all that I've learned along the way.
Achieving all that you've achieved so far and being in the position that you are so far, moving forward, what would be your definition of success?
Success for me is closely intertwined with impact. Listen, you can read umpteen studies, and yes, money makes the world go round, but there's plenty of research that says after a certain point of money, it doesn't necessarily correlate to your happiness. And so for me, I think it's being able to be impactful in a meaningful way.
Although Monica is a star on television now, she went through so many obstacles to get where she is today. It's so inspiring that she never gave up.
Our next guest is also a perfect example of our theme, aiming for success. I'm excited to introduce John Starks.
As a former Knick, he had a lot of great advice about how to achieve success on and off the basketball court.
50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Starks. Yes! What a move by Starks, who was able to sky to the basket.
Through your experience and finally making it out, what was your biggest lesson from it, and how do you use that lesson to impact people during your day-to-day life?
Yeah, what I tell people is find what your passion is in life, because that's what's going to get you out of bed every single morning. My passion was basketball, and every single morning I got up, I wanted to play basketball. You know, they always say set goals. Obviously, my goal was that rim up there, and every day I worked on my game and pushed myself to limits. I can remember, you know, being out there on the court, either playing with somebody or I'd be out there by myself till the street lights come on, just working on my game, because I just love the game that much. No matter what the weather was, you know, we played the game of basketball. And so that was my passion. And, you know, most people can't really say that they enjoy their job because that's not their passion in life. If you're fortunate enough to get an opportunity and you're young enough where you at right now, you can follow that. You can follow that dream. You can follow what is going. You're going to, you know, get with people that can help you, you know, get to that point in your life where you're doing what you truly wanted to do in life.
All the amazing stuff that you done told us in your lessons. What is something that you want to leave us with, that you want us to make sure that we remember and instill in us?
Well, what I will leave you with is, like I said before, that passion. Find out that's what you want to do, then you go dive into it. I mean, you turn over every rock, every stone. You do everything you can to learn about that particular direction you want to go in.
Thank you, John. Now over to Darlene, who will speak about our other impressive guests.
In addition to these awesome celebrity guests, we really enjoyed getting to know some of the incredible professionals from different areas of MSG Networks. From Talea Wilkins and Ray St. Louis in content strategy, to Celia Peña in people practices and Marlon Jackson marketing, we learned about nearly every side of the business.
What is your definition of success, and is there another success you're aiming for?
My favorite question of all time when I do these. Marlon, I have one scripted and I often write it in every bio or on every panel. I usually end it with this. Be more than an inspiration, be a lifetime resource, be the greatest reference, be the plug without the need of reciprocity, be ready to refocus in the face of rejection, be innovative when your creativity is shattered by a lack of recognition, but be prepared when it isn't. Be the time well spent in someone else's blessing. Be genuinely interested, not just interesting. Be courageous enough to be vulnerable. Be your gift and share it with the world. That is my personal definition of success.
Success can be many things, right? It can be, for me, is being able to accomplish certain tasks, you know, within a day that I don't get to accomplish, right? And get around to. Set goals for yourself, whether they're short-term goals or long-term goals, and just take a stab at your goals each day and see how far you can get.
Success is really just my happiness, you know, how happy I am with whatever I'm doing. It's like, if something is fulfilling me, I feel like I am going to be successful. So I think for me, it's in terms of being happy in a role, being happy in an environment. Look for those things. I think that will kind of lead you in terms of where you want to be successful at, what you want to do, and things of that sort. Always think about your happiness and your joy and being fulfilled first and foremost.
It's just like playing basketball, right? You always want to try to outwork the next man, especially when you come in as a new person or at a junior level. You see a position or you see someone in a position and you want to do better than them. That's what you always strive to do and build that work ethic, is doing it better than the next person.
Basically, don't take on everyone else's pressures. Focus yourself on what you can do, what you can change, what decisions are really in your hands. Those are the things you can control. You can't control what everybody else is going to do. You know your own business. You know your own role and where you fit. And you do the best you can do. And that's what you bring to the table.
It was great hearing from all of our guests who took the time to get to know us individually. And they gave us some valuable lessons and awesome tips for the future.
And before heading out, we would like to thank Children's Aid, the Garden of Dreams Foundation, MSG Networks, and the entire crew at MSG Classroom. We especially want to thank our guests for encouraging us to stay motivated and aim for our success. Thank you, and have a great evening.